Hello ladies and gents, this is me, Evan, your friend in some really exciting tutorials. In this video, I'm about to show you the whole procedure of conversion, of infrared camera conversion in order to make your older cameras capable to shoot infrared light. This technique, this photo technique, is a wonderful technique, a technique that will help you create new photo capabilities. It will help you create the infrared light, and trust me, you will never look back. You will only need an old camera body, a filter that can see the infrared light, and this is it. You're ready to convert your camera. Well, before we continue to the conversion process, it's really crucial and important to see what really is this infrared light. So right now I'm on the Google Images. I have just select the infrared photography as a search, let's say, subject, and here you can see some infrared examples. As you can see, the infrared in the photography is a really exciting and really fantasy, let's say, project. You can use it in landscape, in buildings, let's say, and even in portraits. Well, the main subject of infrared, of course, it is the landscape. It is wonderful to be able to shoot really wide fields and really deep blue skies with just a click. Once you have a converted camera, you will be able to do a wonderful job with no problem. You just press the button, you press the shutter, and you have a wonderful result. So before we go to the conversion process, let's see some examples here, because it's really important to understand what is going on with the infrared light. So as you can see here, I have several examples. This is one really typical example of pure white, or crystal blue white infrared example. This is it, the normal, let's say, infrared with the black and white, let's say, okay, the one color photo. As you can see, the green foliage, the trees, let's say, they become white. And this is really typical in infrared, because the infrared light doesn't see green. Instead of green, it sees white. That's why most of the infrared photos which has fields or green leaves or flowers or stuff, they tend to be on white, or maybe some other color if you use different kind of infrared filters. So this is, let's say, the typical example. Well, actually, this is the typical example of an infrared. As you can see, is a pure black and white, let's say, one color photo. And you can see that you have actually one pure white and with deep skies result. Well, this is the typical, as I said, infrared. So let's see some other examples. As you can see, through the infrared development, let's say, of this technique, they have been created more filters that can allow not only one color to pass in our sensor, but the new filters, or let's say the other filters, not the standard IR filter, they can allow 2-3 colors, maybe some extra colors as sample variations. As you can see here, this is a perfect example. As you can see, we have a great sky, but we keep the white on the trees and the foliage generally. Of course, this is not a subject of photo manipulation. It is a subject of a special infrared filter that can do that. I will show you some filters in the next minutes that will help you do this effect. So let's see some extra. Why not? Something more, let's say, advanced. Check this out. This has more than 2 colors. Actually, it has 3 colors. It has blue, it has yellow and red samples. And as well, this one has yellow, red, and purple. As you can see, you can play with the colors if you like. Once you have the separations of the color, you can do it easily. So more or less, this is the usage of infrared. Of course, you can use it also in faces, but you will get the effect of the zombie-like portrait. Well, the infrared light is dangerous to play with portraits because most of the people doesn't really like this effect. But trust me, the infrared light and this kind of black and white, it is a wonderful, I mean super wonderful light for the skin. Takes away all the redness because there is no red in the photos you can see, but all the blemishes are gone right away. Also the wrinkles, they tend to be softer and actually beautifies, let's say, the portraits. But the eyes are really scary, but don't underestimate this light. I have seen even wedding photography that uses the infrared. So you can realize that you can do really wonderful stuff, and you can change the vision and the way of someone looks. Well, for instance, if you use this infrared light into a darker skin person, or with a person who has blue eyes, it will be a total transformation, trust me. So actually, it's a sector, the infrared sector in photography, that will help you create surreal photos that you will never be able to make them with other way. Okay, so let's get back to me right now, and it's time to talk about how to do it and which is the best infrared choice for you. Well, there are two choices for you. The first choice, and the choice that I didn't follow because I think that it's not suitable for me, but I have to say it for you. It is the usage of an infrared filter in front of your lens. You have a lens, let's say this one is the 1855mm of Nikon, the cheapest, let's say, lens that Nikon has. So I have a lens and I buy a filter, an IR infrared filter. I put it on the lens and I'm ready to shoot. But it's not that easy, okay? Well, it is easier than open the camera and put the filter over the sensor. This is the second choice that I will explain in super depth afterwards. So it's really easy to just screw the filter over the lens and you're ready to go. Well, this filter has a lot of problems, at least for me. First of all, this filter is really dark, is super red dark. Actually, you cannot see, or you can see a little bit if you position the filter on directly to the sun. So this means that you cannot meter, you cannot focus, and of course you cannot see anything if you put your eye in the viewfinder. So actually this is really bad, at least for me. I need a tripod. I cannot take fast shots because the filter is really dark. It needs to have long exposures, which means that I need to shoot with a lot of seconds my shutter open in order to absorb the light, the filtered light, and get only the infrared. So it takes seconds to get a photo. You need a tripod, so this means that you cannot shoot faces, you cannot shoot trees because the wind will make it blurry, and it's only for simple things. And of course the filter is expensive. It costs more or less at about $100. Well, of course the second choice is more expensive, but trust me, you will love it because I'm loving it already. So this is the first choice. It's cheaper. You don't mess with your camera, the inner parts, and of course you can use one camera one time as an infrared. You just screw the filter, unscrew the filter, and use it again as a normal. But you know, in our days, it's really easy to get a wonderful camera, really cheap, from eBay or Amazon, let's say, or from a friend, who knows, and use it as a second hand, as a second body. Okay. And of course, you can do the same thing with cell phones or bridge or compact cameras, but the DSLR cameras, of course, they have better quality because they have a bigger sensor. So I followed the second path. I choose the second choice, which is the usage of an inner filter over the sensor. Well, this means that I have to open the camera, I have to open the case. Don't get scared. I did the whole procedure afterwards. You will see the whole procedure in the following of this video. It's really easy. If you have once in your life opened a laptop, let's say, or a mobile phone, it's not really different than that, okay? Don't get scared. Well, I will give you all the steps, don't worry. So I have to open the camera and position a filter, a special filter above the sensor. So actually the filter is behind the mirror, is behind the shutter. I can meter, I can actually focus, and of course I can see what am I doing. It's not something in front of my lens and block my vision. And of course I can do, this is the best part, my friends, you can do fast shots without actually using a tripod. Well, I have to explain why the filter, the outer filter, you know, the filter you screw on your lens, needs a lot of time to absorb the infrared light. Well, the camera you have in your house right now is a fantastic equipment that is built actually, I don't know which is the correct, anyway, is designed to cut the infrared light. As humans, the cameras do not, they're not allowed to see, let's say, the infrared light because they're designed to see as we do. So in order for a normal camera to see, we have to put a filter on and let it for seconds to absorb the infrared light a little at a time, and finally we will get a fine infrared photo in some seconds. Well, when you have a second body, you don't think about it. You just take away the inner filter. There is a filter inside here that cuts the infrared light. You take it away and you put your new filter and you're ready to rock and roll with clicks only, without tripods, without long exposure. You can see everything, you can meter, you can focus everything, and you can rock and roll in seconds, in instances actually. So this is why I chose the second path, the conversion. So now it's the next subject, how to find the correct the correct filter for your camera. Well, first of all, in a previous video I talked about five Nikon models of the last 5 or 10 years that they are really capable still, and they are super duper for infrared. Well, if you go to forums about infrared photography and if you read about it, you will realize that most of the people, they use old cameras because no one wants to mess with a new D200 or something, with an expensive new machine and convert it forever to infrared. So most of the people, they buy a second-hand camera and they do the big step to infrared. The best cameras for infrared that they suggest anyway is the D70, the D80 of Nikon, of course, and the D200. Of course, you can use the D90, the D7000 if you have an extra body, let's say. There is no problem, but the D70, the D80 and the D200, you can find them with really little, let's say, expense. So you pay just a few and you get a wonderful body that is really capable of see the infrared light once it's converted. Okay, so the first step is to buy a second hand, and the second step is to go to a wonderful site and buy your filter. So let's go back to my computer screen. Here you can see the livepixel.com. Of course, I will give you the link down below in the details of this video in order to see, with your pace, all the details of this website. It's a wonderful website. This is the website I bought my filter. I will tell you which is my filter in a little while. And here you can see, you can actually, first of all, see the filter, select your filter. And of course, if you don't want to do the whole procedure yourself, if you are scared or something, you can send the camera to those guys and they will do it for you. And they will fix your camera, they will put the filter, and they will calibrate even your lens, because the lens, after the infrared conversion, it might need calibration. Of course, I will talk about it in a little while about that. So here, if you see, in this actually page, of course, I will give you all the links down below the details. You will see the filter options. Well, this site, this company actually has 6 variations, 6 different filters that they can do infrared and full spectrum photography. As you can see here, we have the normal camera, of course, view, and here we have the deep black and white infrared. This is the classic, let's say, infrared that produces only one color image. Of course, it's the highest, let's say, in contrast of black and white. And if you want to do, really accurate and old-fashioned, but really romantic and strong infrared photography, this is the choice for you. For me, it wasn't my choice because this filter cannot do the 3-color infrared. It only creates strong, powerful, but one color. I wanted to have to be more, to have a glass that helps me create 3 colors if I want to make 1 color in black and white in Photoshop. So my choice was the super color infrared. Of course, you can see all the details here, you can read everything, and you can realize what is going on. Well, this one, as you can see, the super color IR filter, it has extra details here. Well, the biggest thing is that it can isolate 3 colors here, and I can work differently with 3 areas in my photo. Of course, this is wonderful, and afterwards in the photo editing process of an infrared, I will show you everything. I told you that. You will see how great it is to be able to select through areas right away. Okay, so this is my choice. You're free to see everything, and you're free to select everything you like. Okay, the filter costs $140, let's say. This company is in the USA, and so if you are in the USA, you will have less or maybe not shipping costs, but it is okay. Even if you are in Europe, I live in Austria, in Europe, so it was really easy for me to order it and get it after, let's say, a week or 10 days. So I got my filter from LivePixel. You can find, again, I have to remind you, the link down below in the details of this video. And it was really easy to get it and then make the conversion myself. Of course, I feel sure about myself. I have opened several laptops, and of course I have a video of opening the iMac and fixing my iMac by burning the VGA, the graphics card. And of course I have also fixed my fisheye, my DX fisheye, in order to work with FX machines. Anyway, I tend to open things and break things, sometimes with really huge failures, but most of the times with huge successes. So it was a challenge actually for me. So I bought that. I was waiting for that, and also I ordered the the D200. I bought it only for 100 euros, really cheap from eBay. So after some days they came together from the post, and I was ready to do the conversion. So in the next video you will see the conversion, how I opened my camera. I will show you step by step how I did it. In the LivePixel website you will be able to see, first of all, let's see, let's go in the shop, and I will show you that there are too many cameras to choose from if you have some other cameras, not only the D70, 80 and D200. So here we have the inner filters, and of course here you will be able to select your camera, no matter if you have a Canon or a Nikon or a Fujifilm, let's say. You can select your model. They have most of the models here, so you will be able to easily find your way. So here you select your model, so let's say Nikon D200 for me, and then you select your the super color, let's say infrared, and this is it. You just add to cart, pay, and in some days it will be there for you. So easy. So it came to my house and I was ready to open the camera and do it for you. So the next video is dedicated for you. I didn't have any, let's say, insurance about it. I was really scared that I will probably mess the camera, but the reality was that it was really easy to do it. So don't get scared, don't be afraid of doing it. You will only need some easy tools, a screwdriver, maybe a tweezer, but most important is to be calm. Put your music on, your favorite music, calm music, not metal music, okay? And take your pace. And of course here they are. Actually, I have to show you also that. I have to show you that the DIY conversion tutorials. I think here it is the probably wait. I think here it is the. Yes, there it is. I followed exactly the same procedure from the LivePixel website, and I did it myself, and you will see it right now in video. And after this conversion, I will share with you some extra stuff in order to close this wonderful video and go to the photo editing of an infrared in order to have the whole package completed. So let's see the conversion right now. So now you will watch the whole procedure of the conversion of my Nikon D200 into infrared. I received the filter from USA. As you can see, the box is really big for such a tiny little filter. As you can see, it's really good protected, and as you can see, it has a name on the D200. And so now I will start to taking apart my camera. Of course, I will not open the filter right now because I don't want to allow dust cover it. I will just open it right before I will put it over the sensor. And now I will just start taking apart the camera. First of all, I will take out the door for the battery. As you can see, it's gone out. And now I will find a way to take away the rubbers from the body of the camera, because behind the rubbers there are several screws that they have to be unscrewed. So I will use a little tweezer in order to find the gap between the plastic or the magnesium alloy body and the rubber, and then I will pull the rubber. It's really hard to be pulled, but trust me, it will be pulled, and then it will be glued again, because the glue can be again re-glued, let's say, over the body. So I will just take away the rubbers, and I will reveal the screws in order to unscrew them and enter the inner of the camera. As you can see right now, I'm on the handle of the camera, and I will just need a typical Phillips screwdriver in order to unscrew the screws. There are many screws, I should say, but not not that many, not so many like, let's say, a laptop. Laptops, they used to have more screws than the camera. And if you have once in your life opened a laptop to fix it or to remove the dust or something, it's gonna be really easy for you to open a camera. It's not, such a big deal. I used to be scared of opening the camera, but after this video and after other several attempts of me to open other cameras, I found it to be extremely easy if you have a little experience in this sector. As you can see now in fast forward movement, I'm taking away all the screws. The lower part, the lower cap, let's say, of the camera has the most, I should say, screws. Of course, it depends from your camera. I will show you the side. I will share the side for the infrared filter, and in this side you will be able to see actually thumbnails and photos of your own camera model, how it can be opened and how many screws it has, and many other things. But they are in photos, not in video. That's why I made this video. So I'm ready right now to take out the cap, the lower cap of my camera, the magnesium alloy cap of the D200. And well, actually it was a bit tough to take it away because I was a little scared that I forgot any screw or something, but finally it was really easy to take it out. As you can see, I'm ready to see, wow, the inner world of my camera. So now I can see the lower cables and stuff of my inner body. And now I will just continue my way of taking apart the caps of the camera. I have to take away also the back of the camera, the monitor and the controls, the buttons. I have to take away the plastic, as you can see, protective for the screen, and then I will just take away the back. Be careful because the back usually has some cables attached to the camera and the main body, as you can see there. Probably there are 3 or 4 cables that I have to take them away. Again, really easy. I just take away the cable from the base. It's really easy. It's not something permanent glued. You can just take it away and then just put it again and save the cable inside the base. And I'm just again using a tweezer because it's much more convenient for me. My fingers are a little bigger for this work, but as you can see now, I'm ready to take away all the back of my camera. Don't get scared, it's really easy, and this video will help you. Now I have to take away this aluminum, let's say, other back that actually separates the main let's say inner body of the camera and the cap. And now we'll just use a solder gun to take away this this area, but it's really easy. It's ready. I'm taking away the plate, the aluminum plate, and now I can see the main board, let's say, of my camera. So this is the motherboard, the main board of this digital computer that makes photos, because it is a computer after all. As you can see, I'm taking away again all the cables and the wires, let's say. Probably most of that, they are cables, but really easy. And I'm ready to take away the main board. Behind this main board is the sensor, and behind the sensor is actually the shutter. So I'm ready to reveal the back side of the sensor, because of course the front side of the sensor is looking through the lens. And I'm ready. As you can see, right there is the sensor. Be careful because there are some cables attached to the main board and the sensor, let's say, main board. Again, I have to unscrew the sensor in order to see it, and after 4 screws I will be able to put my gloves on because I don't want to touch the sensor with my oily fingers. I don't want to leave any fingerprint or something. That's why I use this tweezer to take away the sensor, and of course I will just hold also the main board because they are attached with some cables that I cannot disconnect so easy. And there you see also the shutter, because right now it's closed. As you can see, I will take away the body, it's not necessary right now. And this is the sensor, ladies and gentlemen, and as you can see, the sensor has a protective filter that looks red right now, but afterwards you will see that it is kind of bluish. Of course, this filter has two jobs. One job is to protect the sensor from the environment outside, all the dust, all the little, things that they fell inside your camera, and you see them through your photographs. They are over this filter. It's not directly over the sensor, because that would be a disaster. So now again I will take away this another protective, let's say, aluminum thing, and I'm using again my screwdriver to take away 4 screws, and carefully I will rotate the main board and the sensor board in order to see it better. And of course I will take my tweezer to take away this protection, and then I will just remove this black square around the sensor and the filter. Of course it will be really easy to be attached and removed, and now I can see the filter, which once I will take it out, it will be blue, not red. You will see that right now. As you can see, it's kind of blue. I will just bring it closer to you. As you can see, it's blue. It cuts the infrared light, so we have to take it away in order to have a camera that allows the infrared light to pass. Okay, and now it's time to see this glass. I haven't seen it yet, and probably it's gonna be red because I have seen it online. It's gonna be super red, and you will see how my camera will look from now on. And this is the glass that I will use from now on over the sensor. Check how reddish it is. And now, once I will put it over the sensor, of course I will have to blow the sensor in order, just in case that there is some dust over through this procedure. I don't want to be trapped between the filter and the sensor. And now I will just position this filter in the same position like the bluish filter. And once I will just screw the protective screws for this filter, my camera will see only infrared, will never see back. If you want to reconvert your camera like the way it used to look before, you have to remove the red and put again this bluish filter. So just keep this bluish filter somewhere safe, because who knows, maybe one day you will need it, or you can sell it if you like on eBay. And I'll just use the blower again to remove maybe some dust that I cannot see right now, and then I will just follow the reversed procedure to put again the sensor, put again the main board, put the aluminum plate and everything else. Trust me, this is the most difficult procedure, because it's not the same, it's really easy to take away parts, but it's difficult to put them back again. If something would not be exactly correctly positioned, probably you will have difficulties in closing the camera body. Everything has to be precisely closed and positioned. As you can see, I did a good job because I have a little experience in opening laptops or iMacs. Of course, I have shown you in another video how to fix your broken iMac. But of course you can see that in my channel, in my YouTube channel. And right now I'm just using again the same procedure. Don't forget any cable, because if you don't connect all the cables, the camera will not work. So this is the second main problem once someone has opened and closed again the whole camera. The first problem is the position of the elements. The second is that someone forgot to put all the cables, and so the camera will not operate and we will be really frustrated. So take your time, be relaxed, put your favorite music on, and do simple step. The whole procedure for myself took at about 1.5 hours, because I wanted to be really precise and really careful. And the whole thing was successful from the first time. I just put everything back and my camera operated like before. As you can see now, I just solder the aluminum plate again, and then I will be able to put the screen, let's say, and the control buttons, and then I will just put also the bottom plate, the aluminum plate of the bottom of this camera. Again, take your time and don't do really, fast and strong moves, because if you lose a cable, if you break a cable, it will not operate again. You will have to fix it in your, let's say, in your Nikon provider or your Canon provider. So you don't want to pay extra. We have already paid a lot of money to buy a second-hand camera and to buy the filter, so I want to take one step at a time. As you can see now, I'm just putting again all the screws back, and afterwards I will put also the lower cap, and I will just test to see if my camera works. Hopefully I put all the screws in my camera. Usually I tend to forgot a screw or something, but this time I put everything correct. And last but not least, I will put the battery door, and then I will put the battery, and I will be ready to rock and roll. So in a matter of a second, I will be testing my camera to see if it works, if it operates. So I'll just put the cap. Of course, I connect again the rubbers, I glue them again. It's really easy to be glued. And now I will just put the door. You have to see on your manual how to take away this door for the battery. It's not the same for all the cameras. And the big moment of truth, I will just, of course, you can see the E sign for the card, and the camera works correct. I have to see also the monitor, so please show me the monitor, my friend, and we are ready to rock and roll with infrared photography. And my friend, we did it. Now my camera can shoot infrared, and I will be able to create fantastic results. Actually, I took this camera for first time in a trip. I took it in Paris. I was for some days, and I was amazed of these wonderful results. First of all, I was really fast and accurate. I didn't need any actually tripod, or I didn't need any filter to wait. I would just clack clack clack. I was ready to shoot while I was walking, and I brought wonderful results back home. So trust me, it's a really wonderful thing, and the conversion, once it's completed, it's the biggest step. Afterwards, maybe you will need a calibration of the lens, because the infrared light does not see the same as the proper light. So this means that if you focus and you hear the signal, the beep beep that every camera does when it's locked, the focus, maybe if you press the shutter, the final result, it will not be accurate. It will be blurry. That happens because the infrared light doesn't see the same way, and you will probably need to calibrate your lens. This can be Of course, there are many videos of how to calibrate your camera, but you know, if you see here, I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, here in front of the mirror and in the back of the mirror, there are two screws that they can be, turn left and right, and with these little adjustments, you can fix the back focus or the front focus of your lens. So if you have a lens, if you have a camera, the infrared camera that you focus and you just click, and then you see a blurry image because the camera focuses a little front or a little back, this means that it has a problem of front focus and back focus, and it needs readjustment from here. The newer cameras has the adjustments from the screen, from the system, let's say. But if you buy an old camera, you will have to do it yourself. If you're scared of do that, you can send it also to LivePixel, but there's a trick, you know, and I will share it to you. Most of the times when we shoot a landscape, we tend to, of course, the landscape means that we have to have the whole scene clear. It's not like portrait that we need really wide apertures to get really blurry backgrounds. When we have the landscape, actually we love to have clear images, and of course this means that we have to use really closed apertures. Well, actually higher numbers of f, let's say f11, f16, maybe f22. Well, if you have f16, trust me, everything will be crystal clear. So doesn't matter if your camera back focuses or front focuses. If you have the f11, even the f8, probably you will not have any problem of back focus or front focus anyway. So this is the main issue for me was the calibration, because I really messed it up here and it was really difficult for me to get back. I thought that the calibration would be really easy for me, and I thought that the LivePixel guy just wanted to get more money for myself, but the calibration was really tough. And I think that if I just followed this suggestion that I told you, this advice actually, to just use the high numbers of f and do not mess any calibration of my lens, I would have more wonderful photos from the beginning of my let's say infrared career, because I needed 4 or 5 days to recalibrate a little bit my camera in order to be able to focus. It wasn't able to focus at all, my friends. So if you are scared about calibrating your lens, just start shooting at f8, f11, f16 or f22. Of course, in the bright days it will not be a problem, and I'm sure that you will be able to do it really easy. And this is it. So let's just recap everything. First of all, you will need a camera, an old body. You will need a simple kit lens, let's say the 18 to 55 millimeter. You will need of course a filter from LivePixel. You will have to choose your own style for your own IR filter. You order both of those, camera and filter. You wait for the post comes, you are like, hooray, I'm ready to do it, my friend. And once it's coming, once it's on your house, let's say, you put them on your desk, you relax yourself, you put some nice music, relaxed music that inspires you to do wonderful things. You open the camera, you change the cutter filter of the infrared, you take it out, this blue you saw it earlier, you put the red one, and this is it. You just put everything in back, you close your camera, you pray that everything will fire up again, and once the camera is fully operated, you're ready to take a shot. Of course, the photo, it will be pure red, super red, so we will have to make some readjustments in order to be able to edit this photo inside the software, just like the Nikon Capture NXD, which is a free software for Nikon users, and it's really more powerful in white balance editing than Photoshop and Lightroom. So if you have a camera that has can have a custom white balance, and if you know how to do it, just go to the white balance here. Actually, you can go over some green foliage, because I told you earlier that the green, the trees and flowers and so on, in infrared they produced as white color inside. And if you know about photography, if you know about white balance, you will know that in order to get a nice custom white balance, you will have to put the camera to see white wall, or let's say a gray wall. So it means that in order in infrared to see white, we will have to put the camera to see green. So the green of our eyes is the white for the camera. Okay, so we just put the camera to see that, and then you just press the white balance in order to go to a custom. So I will show you, let's say the D1. I don't know if you can see it right now anyway, because I don't have the camera to see what you see. And of course, if you just keep it pressed, you will just see the pre to lights, and then you just click. And if this is good, actually it's not good right now because I don't have anything here that it is green or something. So if you do that, this is a custom white balance. And if you do it properly on green leaves or green field, you will get your camera properly white balanced for infrared. But if your camera doesn't do it really well for custom white balance, it's not a problem. First of all, you will not have any problem to do custom white balance inside Photoshop, inside the Nikon Capture NXD. Photoshop is not really capable for that if you don't have a custom white balance right inside the camera. If your photos they are coming to the computer red, you will need, and you are a Nikon user, you will need the Nikon Capture NXD in order to fix the white balance, and then you go to Photoshop. So this is it, my friends. I hope I didn't actually tired you. Of course, you can see my personal page. This is my personal page on Facebook, and here is a wonderful infrared that I created in Paris. As you can see here, this is the result. This is the white trees that actually they are yellows in my camera. I like to use the yellow color for my infrared, and I have extra, as you can see here, as well as the Eiffel Tower in Paris. This actually photo was a run and gun photo, let's say, point and shoot, because it was too crowded and I didn't thought that it would be really nice, but trust me, it was a wonderful photo. And I have more to come here, you see that? And this is a wonderful 3-color effect with my super color filter. So if you have any questions about that, please write your comment down below. And of course, don't forget to watch also the other video, the video of the photo editing, because the conversion of the camera is the half step. The other, maybe the smaller other step, it is the photo editing. It's really crucial, because if you don't know how to operate Photoshop or the Capture NXD, you will, be in the middle of the process. So I want you to go full to the top of Olympus, of Mount Olympus, the mountain of the gods, of the Greek gods. So I want you to go over this mountain and take a wonderful infrared photo, and of course to have a wonderful infrared camera for the rest of your life. So my friends, if you liked my tutorial, please like my work. I beg you to show me your love. So please like, share, and of course subscribe to my channel to have more. Have fun and keep photo shooting.